In my mind, in a future 5 years from now.
How's it going, Otters? So, as promised, I will be delving into Life is Strange Season 1 and the possibility of us finding out the real canon ending for this game. So, to start things off, I will start with my thoughts and then move to some very interesting tidbits of information I stumbled upon while editing this video together. Now, I will say this, spoiler alert, if you are still playing the game or still want to experience it firsthand, you can check out my past video in which I talk about this topic without giving away the ending, or without spoilers actually. I'll leave the description for that in the description as well. Life is Strange was a game that often put you against the wall and made you make some very tough decisions, most of them being moral based. They did have their consequences and ultimately made you feel part of this world. Made you feel directly connected to Max and Chloe. So, without further ado, we all remember probably the hardest decision the game made us make. At least for me personally, I was devastated when I saw my only two options. Stay with our friends, our love, our second half, or sacrifice her for the greater good. By saving Arcadia Bay, we lost Chloe, or by saving Chloe, we lost the whole town and probably all our friends in the process. Now, as you might imagine, this did have kind of a backlash from people, but at the end of the day, it was the experience which made the game so memorable. But then came E3 2018, and that's when we saw Square Enix was going to have its own show this time around. A lot of people were putting their heads together, were hoping for maybe a teaser for Life is Strange 2, but instead we got something else, something no one saw coming, and that is The Awesome Adventures of Captain Spirit. Now, the developers went on stage and did mention that it would take place within the same universe as the first Life is Strange. And after I heard that, I kid you not, my mind was blown. So then I made my previous video, and sadly now has outdated information. According to this new article from The Verge, I'll link it in the description. It was confirmed by Dontnod employees, the developers, that this side of the game, this standalone side game, will take place 3 years after Life is Strange Season 1, which has me at the edge of my seat waiting patiently to dissect this little free game. But luckily, the main point of this video is still intact. If it actually takes place 3 years after Max's story, that means that there are two good possibilities here. Either Max gave up Chloe and now is in college, following her career as a photographer, or they'll go the more exciting route and have Max pick Chloe, and both are still together to this day. And having this in mind, it might explain why, at least from the trailer of Captain Spirit, it seems his overactive imagination is a little, on the physical side. Which, what if the chaos theory we talked so much about in the first game is still a thing? What if it's starting to affect others out there? This could have an insane implications in this universe. What if Captain Spirit is just the first person other than Max to get these mysterious powers? How will it tie to Season 2? Obviously, Dontnod might not go with high school teenagers this time around. They could go for young adults, or give us a story that spans an entire lifespan of a person. Who knows? They can do anything. Sky's the limit. Which, if you really think about it, there are actually 3 possibilities. What if they decide to go on in some sort of alternate universe that has both decisions were made? Or maybe it lets you pick, hey, did you kill off Chloe? Or did you kill off Arcadia Bay? Which I doubt they'll do that, because that's like making 2 separate games. But I'm getting way off topic, but still very interesting if you think about it. Which, they don't really have to give us any fan service, because I know they can't just overflow it. I know people love Max and Chloe, but I'm pretty sure this developer is going to want to move on from that story. But just giving us a newspaper, like a clipping or a front page from 3 years ago that says Arcadia Bay destroyed in random hurricane, that would be enough to let us know how officially it was supposed to end. Which leads me to my last point. And, sorry in advance if I ramble too much into this, but what if maybe in the end of Season 2, we see that things are so bad that we see Max again? Now, seeing Max again, a grown adult woman, would be amazing. Having her story over arc, I think, You know, it's just a theory. It's really far-fetched. I'm not too sure, but it could be good. I mean, to be completely honest, even if it was just a clean slate, I think I'd be alright with that too. I know these guys can handle anything. So what do you guys think? Do you think Captain Spirit is the bridge that will connect Season 1 and 2 perfectly? Or do you just think it'll not have much of an impact and it'll just be like a way to move to the next game? Which I doubted. I'm pretty pumped about this. They wouldn't have announced it for no reason, but I'm so glad still that it has the staple look, and it looks like it might have the same sort of writing from the first Life is Strange. We're so used to that too. Well, I think that's about it for this one. See you guys in the next one, and remember, if you liked what you saw here, if you have any comments, please comment them down or subscribe, like my video, and remember, keep nodding.